Are you ready to enter the future of work? We'll help you get there through the Global Services Sector Project. The GSS project is a 5-year project that will provide Jamaicans with access to training and better jobs in the digital services sector, namely in knowledge process outsourcing, information technology outsourcing, and business process outsourcing. This project will empower you with the knowledge you need to flourish in digital industries and beyond. Funded by the Inter-American Development Bank, the GSS project aims to move Jamaica to create new and higher valued jobs. The project will facilitate much needed skills training and will position the island as a leader in regional digital services. The opportunities are endless and your options are limitless. Get there with the GSS project. Your new future is waiting for you.
Are you ready to get in peak condition so that you can win your race as a global services sector professional? Like an athlete needs to train so that they can be in the best form to win a gold medal, so too must rising GSS professionals train to ensure that they win the global services sector. With 4 possible career paths to choose from: BPO, KPO, ITO, and digital media, everyone has a chance to bring home the gold. We want to ensure that GSS employees can reach their peak potential, perform to enhance and accelerate your knowledge. Peak is an integral part of the GSS industry's human capital strategy. Peak's 12-month Earn While You Learn apprenticeship program helps global services sector employees level up into supervisory management and leadership roles by learning the knowledge and skills that will transform them into must-have and must-keep high value-added GSS professionals.
Hi, I'm Ronaldo Reed, Communications Officer at HGS Healthcare. My journey in the GSS Apprenticeship program has been nothing short of amazing. There's always new content, fresh information every week, and it's just an honor to continue to grow and learn every time you come to class. The program has helped me tremendously in my career. It provides me with a level of scope, a gauge, if you will, in terms of what I'm doing well, what I'm not doing so great, and how to just become an all-round better leader.
My name is Tanisha Howe, Team Manager at IBEX Global. My journey throughout the GSS Apprenticeship program has been rewarding because I'm now able to apply what I've learned to my leadership skills. My goals are now realistic and attainable, so I'm able to coach, motivate, and grow all my subordinates throughout the company. So as I aspire to become a great leader throughout the GSS industry, I am now able to set SMART goals, and now after achieving my certificate with the GSS program, I now believe I can become a global service sector success story.
The goal of Peak is to build a strong pipeline of skilled workers who can function in mid-level management roles and respond to the GSS's skills needs. Companies apply on behalf of their employees and can be assured that their staff is being trained to meet industry needs. Imagine a coach getting their athlete ready to take home the gold through practical training and guidance. This is how the Peak program works to get the GSS worker ready to run and win their GSS career race, providing employers with skilled world-class performers. This representative knows firsthand how transformative the apprenticeship program is.
My name is Octavia McIntosh, Chair of the Apprenticeship and Skills Committee within the Global Services Skills Council. The GSSC endorsed the apprenticeship program because it addressed learning gaps expressed by the industry. The benefits of the program includes for the participants an opportunity to upskill and level up, giving them the tools they need to move to the next level within their career. And for the companies, it's an opportunity to build employee morale, as this is something that they have invested in, and also to help the company attract more investors for higher value-added roles.
The GSS's apprenticeship program's hands-on approach with 80% on-the-job training upskills GSS employees so that they can be among the best in the industry. Discover how you can benefit from the apprenticeship program. Contact the Competitive Fund team at info-competitivefund_GSS@jamprocorp.com to learn more.
A very, very, very good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Ask an Apprentice session. And I am so excited to be here with you this evening because I am positive that this evening is going to be exciting, educational, informative, and so much more. So I want to welcome you to this evening's session. My name is Basillia Barnaby-Cuff. I am the proud GSS Ambassador, and I am here to take you through this evening's proceedings as we host this session. This is officially day 3, as earlier this week we had our virtual launch, and this is all a part of our apprenticeship week from October 10 to 14. On Monday, we had our virtual launch. Yesterday, we had our firm showcase webinar. And today, we're having our GSS talk. And it's all about asking an apprentice. Yes, we're using the hashtag Ask an Apprentice. And if you are tuning in and you're wondering, okay, what are you talking about? For those who are already in the program, already in the project, but maybe you have joined us on YouTube or on Facebook, and you're wondering what this project is all about, and maybe from the videos a while ago, your interest was just piqued, I'm going to give you a little bit of information about what we are, who we are, what we're about, and just simply what we'll be talking about today. All right. So the GSS Apprenticeship Program, and we call it PEAK, Perform to Enhance and Accelerate Your Knowledge. It's a program that is funded through the Competitive Fund. And what it does, it allows firms to upskill their employees into the new areas of management. And, from the video a while ago, I was just so excited because it is just an awesome initiative where employees can help their employers can help their employees to learn while they earn. And what better way to do it than through this program? Now, as a GSS employee, what the aim of this program is for the 12-month period is to provide you with the necessary skills to fill mid-management and leadership roles. Now, today when we're talking about asking an apprentice, what we're going to be doing today is to just showcasing the importance of lifelong learning. Learning never ends. As long as you're alive and as long as you're breathing, it is very important that you have continued skills development in the GSS and to provide an avenue. Today, we're going to provide an avenue for you or apprentices to share your journey and respond to the queries from the public regarding your experience. Because, there are a lot of misinformation going around. There are a lot of myths going around about the GSS. But one thing that I have picked up since I became a GSS ambassador, and one thing that I am most proud of, is how our GSS employees are able to move from one level to the other. And so we're going to hear real life experiences. We're going to hear from those who are in the GSS, those who are moving from rank to rank. We're going to hear from those who have experiences to share. And I'm sure that they will be relatable to you and you and you. And yes, even you're just tuning in. Welcome. All right. Again, my name is Basillia Barnaby-Cuff, GSS Ambassador, and I am just going to welcome our panelists for this afternoon. Want to say a very good evening to all our friends who are tuning in on YouTube and on Facebook. Thank you so very much for being a part of today's session. So it's all about asking an apprentice. Ask an apprentice. So as you hear the presentations, as you hear the discussions, I want you to jot down your questions if you have any, so that at the end of our panel discussion, we can, ask our apprentices and find out, what their experience has been like. If you have a burning question, if there was something that was said and you want a little bit more clarity on it, jot down the question, all right? Jot it down, and we're going to ask an apprentice, all right? So this evening, I have with me online Chevelle Gray, and she's actually a graduate of the program. She's a graduate of the GSS Apprenticeship PEAK program. We also have Tashila Campbell and Tavell Harris, and they are enrolled in the program at different stages. So at this time, I am going to welcome them to the platform right now, and we're going to hear their stories. We're going to hear how they got into the GSS. We want to hear what the program has been like so far for both our apprentices who are enrolled in the program. And of course, I am excited to hear from Chevelle as well, who is a graduate of the program. So she has already completed the program, and we want to know where she is, what she's doing, and how this program has really impacted her life. And so I want to welcome a very good afternoon to you, Chevelle. How are you? Not hearing you, Chevelle. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm sorry. Mic was muted. Thank you
That's
so
all
much for
right.
having me.
It's a pleasure
Yeah.
having you. All right. I also want to welcome Tavell Harris, the only male this evening. How you doing?
Hi, good evening. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I hope everyone else is doing great as well.
All right. And we also have Tashila Campbell. So for our viewers, I want them to know who is who, which is why I'm asking you to just say hello. And their names are on the screen as well. So good afternoon to you. How you doing, Tashila?
Good afternoon, Basillia. I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for having me. How are you?
I love your backdrop. You're in action.
Thank you.
Love it. All right, so let's start with you. Let's start with you, Chevelle. So we're starting with Chevelle, as Chevelle is a graduate of the program. No, let me backtrack a little bit. Before I come to you, Chevelle, let me start with Tavell. So Tavell, you are enrolled in this program, right? What has it been like for you so far?
It's been amazing. I've actually already completed my initial supervisory management section, so I'm moving on to the next level, which would be the managerial aspect of it. It's been amazing, to be honest. I think it's one of the better opportunities I've ever had. I've been thrilled to be a part of this program. I've recommended so many persons and ensured that so many of my leaders who are my subordinates get a part of this program because what it did for me personally, it has taught me so much that I would have needed for the current role that I'm currently in, which is a managerial role. The things I would have gained from a knowledge standpoint and a
Yes.
hands-on experience from the wonderful lecturers who are part of the program. It's been nothing short of amazing. So I would say it's been a great journey so far. I'm excited to start this new portion. And if there are 10 more levels I wanna accomplish, I wanna accomplish. It's
I
been amazing.
love that. Talk about lifelong learning and continued skills development. Loving that, Tavel. Tashila, let me hear from you. What has the experience been like for you so far? What has been probably your favorite moment so far?
Well, to be honest, being in the GSS program has been such a blessing for me, because I've learned so much and this course it molds you and helps you to see management from a different perspective, as it provides an avenue for participants just gain a better understanding of the BPO industry and the skill sets and expertise needed to be a leader. So, at first when I started, I had no idea what to expect, but
Yes.
I must say it has been quite an educational, transformational program as it has, helped me to add value to myself because it just provides the key components needed for upskilling myself. My favorite part is the fact that we get to present a lot because initially I was a bit shy. I'm still struggling a bit with that. I was a shy person, but because of these presentations, I've built up more courage because each module that we go through, we have a presentation to do. So I really appreciate that part of it.
Wow, I love that. And I love the fact that you pointed out that you are getting better at public presentations because we
Yes,
know that sometimes people start out very shy, but the more you do something is the better you get at it. And I'm very happy
right.
that you have this opportunity in this program to get better in an area that you were once very shy. So I'm rooting for
Definitely.
you, rooting
Thank
for you.
you.
See you on some more presentations. And let me hear from you, graduate. You should have on a cap right now, Miss Graduate. Chevelle, what did this program do for you professionally? So we hear from Tavell, we hear from Sheila about their journey so far. You have completed this peak journey. What has it done for you?
Well, I think the congratulations email that we got when first starting the GSS Apprenticeship program, it came with an introduction that said you've been leveled up,
Woo!
right? And that's what GSS did for me. It leveled me up, one step higher. It has been a tremendous experience. It has been an overwhelming experience, especially where the assignments were concerned and trying to meet deadline while ensuring that your deliverables are met while you are at work because it's an on-the-job experience. So it has definitely opened my mind to the different types of occupations the GSS industry has to offer for persons who are not, thinking about starting a career within a call center based on the stigma. I got the understanding and the realization that, okay, working at a call center, I can definitely build a career through this because there are so many positions to apply for, and it has been great so far, and I just can't wait to see where the journey ends.
Oh, and trust me, it's not going to end. It's just going to keep going and going and going. And you talk about balancing work and school, right? Balancing work and the program,
Right.
balancing work and your studies. Tevel, what has that balance felt like for you? Because you're earning while you're learning. And I know that it can't be easy because I'm sure you're doing other things outside of that. So what has the balance been like for you? How have you managed to find your footing, being in the program while working?
At first, as my fellow teammate would have stated, Tashia, she would have stated that at first I didn't know what to expect. So I had a lot of responsibilities when I initially started. So I was wondering, how am I going to do this? But one of the beauty about it is my organization allowed us to have flexible shifts where
Okay.
the shifts that we are placed on allows us to finish work and then get to go to class post shift. So that wasn't so bad after all. And of course, in the program, we realize, just like university, the importance of teamwork. So we work together a lot. We try to stay engaged with each other even outside of our classes. So we keep our groups in tab, get our works, our presentation ready so that we're able to present on time. And, that helped a lot. Just ensuring that we formed a bond together and working with different persons, it made the work a lot easier for me. So the beginning stages was a bit challenging, but once you get your foot in, once you have reliable persons on your team and you're working together, it becomes a smooth transition for you.
Tashila, did you want to do this? Was it something that you said, hey, choose me. I want to do it. I want to learn while I earn. Was it something that you initially wanted to do?
Yes, when I was chosen actually to do it, I was so excited because I'm a person who's I get so excited when it comes to learning and development. So I was so excited to get into this program. And one reason for that was because the previous batch from the year before we started, was talking to the guys and they would always share their experiences. And I was just eager to get my fair share of experiences from the program. So
Ah.
I definitely wanted to, start a program.
I'm happy. I'm happy with your response. You wanted to do it. You were eager to do it. And
Yes.
when you got in, you were excited about it. Do you still
Right.
have that level of excitement as you did before, now that you're in it?
I do. And it's even
Tell me
more
this.
now because I'm
Awesome.
learning so much things. It's a lot. And I didn't know a lot of these things. It's so
Yes.
exciting and, educational for me. And I believe that this will actually uplift me professionally as I go along and learn more things.
Tashila, you had mentioned earlier that you are now learning things that you had no clue about. You had
Right.
no clue about it. You never know, see, so it did go. You didn't know that management, was so intricate. What has
Right.
been that? Give me one thing that you've learned so far in the program that has piqued your interest the most or has surprised you the most.
Well, it's one particular one that stands out for me is just human behavior. As a manager or leader, how we should treat our subordinates, don't micromanage. And our lecturers taught us that, being a boss is different from being a manager. So stuff like that, just how you treat your subordinates, as made me look at management from a whole different perspective, because some of that, persons might be doing it and don't realize, because ignorance of not knowing certain things. So it has been quite enlightening in that aspect.
Wow, being a boss is different from being a manager. That the one that hit me like a ton of bricks. Being a boss is different from being a manager. What's the difference? What's the difference? Tell me what the difference is.
Well, as she was alluding to, she's saying that, you can just be a boss, you boss around people, well, do this, do that. While being a manager, you know how to deal with people, and what direction to take when addressing certain things, just to lead to the success of your team.
And especially because understand human behavior a little bit more,
right,
you are better able to just navigate the whole workspace. I absolutely love that. Let me run over to Chevelle. And before I go to Chevelle, to those who are just joining us, just joining our broadcast, we're coming to you live. This is hashtag Ask an Apprentice, and it's all about hearing and showcasing the importance of lifelong learning and continued skills development. And we're hearing from our apprentices. They're sharing their journey, those of them who are in the program, in our apprenticeship program. And we have a graduate who is also online with us, and she is Chevelle Gray. And Chevelle, I want to ask you, what has changed about you in terms of your approach to management ever since doing this program?
I would say my interactions with my agents. It all boils down back to being the boss or the manager. The manager mainly would have like a humane side or a humane approach, getting to understand your agents, where they're coming from, taking the time to talk about like real life scenarios, as opposed to just focusing on coming to work, doing your 9 to 5, and then that's it. So we try to like create this bond with our team, because hey, we spend most of our times at work, so we would consider them as our family. So get to know, like, hey, how's it going? How's everything at home? First, like showing that human aspect, so that to show that you really care. And then after just hearing that, you give your opinions. Try not to be biased, be open-minded to the situation. And then after that, you would, follow up. So it isn't just like a in the moment thing where you just want to say, all right, then I'm going to try to be nice right now. So if you know that something was affecting the agent last week, next week, try to do a follow-up. You could even implement it in your coaching sessions, so it doesn't feel like a transactional situation. So for me, you just always bring that human nature side. Yes, it may work, and yes, it may not work. It has its times when you need to put down your foot and be a boss, because it's mostly like numbers. So I have X amount of calls that are coming in, and I'm seeing numbers. So that's what the boss sees, numbers. As the manager, you're seeing humans. So you want to ensure that they're comfortable and they want to come to work. So we create that environment for them.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Can I enroll? Can somebody enroll me? I want to engage in lifelong learning too. Hello. Let me talk to somebody after this. So Tavel, let me go over to you now, the only gentleman on the live this evening. So talk to me about your journey now in the GSS. Talk to me about where you started. You're in the program. What has it been like in terms of you moving from one stage to the other? For those who are tuning in, who are saying, all right, they're in the program, all right, let me hear a little bit about their journey. I want you to share a little bit about your journey, and I also want to hear from you, Tashila. So let me start with you, Tavel.
Sure. It's been transformational. Based on where I started, I would have been a team leader at the time when I got enrolled in the program. And of course, I always tell the persons that I speak to from GSS, about the amazing opportunity, because some of the things that I needed to know prior to getting to the level I'm at now to being a manager, I would have learned these things in the GSS program. So when I went to my interview to become a manager, some of these questions that are asked from an operational standpoint, I would have been blessed and privileged to would have gone through these modules before.
Like, I know that. Yeah, man. I know that.
Right?
Oh, yes.
I would have had the luxury of going through and successfully completing all the courses online, all the presentations. So at this point, I would have been equipped and been placed in a position to be successful already through the GSS. So it's been transformational for me because, as I said, I was just a team leader when I started off. And to see that I've climbed the ranks to being a manager and hopefully more promotions along the way. So it's been transformational for me for sure.
Well, you are being armed with whatever it is that you need to move from one rank to the other. So I'm looking out to hear when you get another promotion. Make sure that you tell them to let me know. Yes, we're looking forward to great things from you as well, Tavel. Now, going over to Sheila. Yes, tell me about your journey now in the program and where you are and what you're doing.
Well, I haven't been promoted since, enrolling in the program, but I can speak to, not yet, operative word, not yet.
There you go.
But, I have been in the BPO industry for roughly 10 years now. I started when I was 18 and fresh out of high school. And, it was just a job opportunity to support myself at first because, I was recommended by a friend and she was just saying that it's a good industry to work in, man, and there are several opportunities that you can get. But so far, the BPO has helped me to where I am today. It's propelled me professional because the skills that I've garnered, while working, especially garnered while in this program has, helped me to have function at a higher professional level.
I love it. I love it. And the fact that you started out as probably just to get a paycheck, but then you saw the value of being in the GSS and you're looking at all these opportunities and you're saying to yourself, oh, no, man, I need to stay right here, develop myself and just keep climbing the ranks. And for somebody who may be watching, Tashila, somebody who may be watching and saying, well, me not work on no call center. But, we know the stigma attached. Me not work on no call center because, me I'm going to just stop this. So what would you say to them?
Well, I'd say to that person that, listen, the BPO industry is filled with opportunities, as I mentioned before, but it's not elementary. So just like any other industry, there are challenges. So if you're planning to enter the sector, you should, have an open mind, be malleable, always, be driven and determined. Also, do not come in, with the expectation of getting to a manager level right away, although it does happen in some cases, but instead come in with the expectation to put in the work and get as much knowledge as you can. And this will equip and empower you to eventually climb the professional ladder. This is the place to be. Trust me.
Hey, you hear that? Hashtag the place to be. All right, Chevelle, I want to hear about your journey because I know you would have graduated this program already. So we want to hear a little bit about where you started and where you are now.
I started with my company back in 2016. It is my first call center. Didn't know that I was applying to a call center. All I knew that is that okay, my old job wasn't paying enough. I have a daughter that's going to school, just starting school, so I need to get something better. Like all of us, that's our main reason for taking under below, a job that nobody really wants. So after that, I moved up to being a team lead. and now I am currently in the role of team manager. And yeah, that's where I am in my almost 7 years, I believe. Yeah, where I am.
All right. Thank you so much. Tavel, why have you stayed in the GSS? Why? Why are you over there? Why?
Well, I mean, as I would have alluded to earlier, there's no better place to be actually. All the knowledge and expertise that you can gain from this program is something to be relieved about. Like you can't get this anywhere else. What you get in the
Yes.
GSS, and it's certification. So it's something that you take with you every level that you go to. You can say, I've been a part
Wow.
of something amazing, and I was certified to be a manager or a supervisor, whatever in the GSS sector that you go into. This is accreditation that you take with you. So it is my desire to stay in this industry. It is to grow and to get to the top of where I can become. I would have alluded to wanting to become a director of operations one day, which is my goal as of right
Okay.
now. And I think all the knowledge I can gain from this program will take me to that level. So that is my reason for continuing to be a part of this amazing program.
And I asked Tashila earlier about, if she was excited to be a part of this program. Did you actually want to do this?
Well, I mean, in the beginning, when I got the invite that it was new to me completely, and I was like, as I said, I had a lot of responsibilities. I was point of contact for so many things, and I was saying,
Mm-hmm.
well, I don't even know if this will work because this is school, and school requires your undivided attention. So
Yes,
will this
yes.
actually work out? And to my surprise, my enthusiasm rose tremendously because the more I
Wow.
started to be a part of it, the happier I became. The more knowledge I was gaining, I'm like, well, I needed to be a part of this a long time ago. So the thrill
Natural.
wasn't there in the beginning, but once you become
Yes.
a part of it and you're hungry for knowledge, then you are all excited and boost up to be a part of something like this.
So you're earning while you're learning. And how would you gauge what you've learned so far with how it has improved your operations on a day-to-day basis?
It helps in so many ways because they're the first program that persons will get enrolled in. There are like 15, 16 courses. The
Mm-hmm.
things you learn there: team building, communication. All of these modules that you do are things that you have to endorse in the operations on a daily basis because I have to keep connected with
Ah.
my team. And
Mm-hmm.
as my colleague would have mentioned earlier, that you learn the difference between being a boss, being a leader. And with what I'm doing, even though I'm a manager, I don't see myself as a manager. I see myself as a leader because I want other persons to be transformed. And these are some of the key attributes that I would have gained while being in the GSS, because I know that I have persons out here who are doing phenomenal job as supervisors, but I want to see them become managers one day. I want to see them branch off into different sectors. So how I do that
Mm-hmm.
is to empower them through delegation, which is another thing. Because initially, when I was a supervisor, I knew a lot of stuff. I could get a lot of stuff done because I felt like I had the brain power to do it. But understanding delegation to a different level, and delegation doesn't mean just giving people work to do so you don't have to do any work, but you're
Yeah.
empowering them by showing them what to do and how to get it done, giving them timelines so that they become accountable and responsible. These are
Mm-hmm.
key things that we go through in the GSS apprenticeship program. So these things are things I have to exercise on a daily basis in the operations that I do.
So you're not just learning to have it down on paper, you're learning it, and it's like learning in action. Yeah?
Right,
Learning
right,
in
definitely.
action. And I see somebody on YouTube, Tavel, saying, Tavel was my favorite senior lead in that time. And I see they have post service. So big ups to you. Yes, your work is paying off. And somebody, Nicolette Reed, is saying, and that was from Tamichin, Jamaica. And Nicolette Reed is saying, my journey on the GSS or in the GSS so far has been a tremendous one. It has enabled me to manage my time effectively, right? And also helped me to see the BPO as a career and not just a call center work. And I think that so far you three have really emphasized the point that it's not just a little work. You have seen it as something that you can pursue and just get to different levels and just carry out your career with pride and joy while learning while doing it. And so, we just want the entire Jamaica, and we want everybody who is watching right now, whether you're watching live or you're going to watch the rebroadcast later, right here on YouTube or on Facebook, to understand that the GSS has so much to offer. And a part of that offering is the GSS Apprenticeship program. And this program has helped so many people, and it continues to do so. And we are here today. It's all about the Ask an Apprentice session as part of our Apprenticeship Week. And on our panel today, we have Chevelle Gray, Tashila Campbell, and Tavell Harris. Now, over to you, Chevelle. Now, I know that some persons may be watching this and they're saying, all right, so I want to be in the GSS, but I am not sure where to start. I'm not sure how to go about it, because that's also a question that I get on a daily basis, being a GSS ambassador. How would you encourage somebody on how they can start their career in the GSS?
It's a good question. I would say, you mean how to be a part of the GSS within your organization? Well, GSS was introduced to me by our company IBEX. They saw the opportunity where they could invest in their employees, and they took it upon themselves to select, few persons that were in the leadership role for some time. And based off those persons who were shortlisted, we had to go through an interviewing process. And we passed the interview, and that's how we were selected to become a part of the GSS. So I would say, encourage your employers who are within the BPO industry or the GSS industry. It's not just about, well, it is, because in order for you to, get a post, you have to be, of a certain educational point in order to get that. And that would be such a good way to know that, okay, I'm in this post, I am qualified. Now let's see, what other posts I can, attain under this badge that I have, so to speak. So yeah, we just encourage any employer that's out there that who wants to invest in their employees, and the turnaround will be remarkable. So what better way than to invest or to get persons who are qualified than the persons who are within the industry.
All right, thank you so much. And we want to remind the persons who are tuning in online that if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them, and we will throw them out to our apprentices who are online at the moment. So make sure that you send your questions in. I see some questions coming in already. So feel free to send in your questions. We're going to do our best to answer those questions. All right. So I see some questions coming in, and we are going to go into the question and answer segment, because I want to give enough time for our apprentices to properly furnish our guests who are watching with the answers that they're looking for or the answers that they need. And so at this time, we're going to go into our question and answer segment. So if you're tuning in on Facebook or on YouTube and you have a question, we have made note of some of the questions so far. But if you have any more questions, and as we go along in the question and answer segment, if you think of something and you want a little bit of information from it, from our apprentices, feel free to ask a question. Don't be shy. That's what you're here for. And that's what our panel is here for, to answer those questions for you as best as we can. So we are going to get into our questions right about now. And I'm going to go to the first question that I see on YouTube, and my colleagues continue to feed me with the questions on Facebook as well, if there are any. So Lola on YouTube is asking, what would you change about the program? Is there anything that you would change about the program? Let me throw this one to Tavell. Is there anything you would change about the program?
That one is for me.
Yes, Devel.
Okay, thank you. What I would change about the program, I wouldn't say there's anything major I would change about it, because everything has room for improvement per se. But one thing I would change about it, it's been so great. It's kind of hard to actually say I would change
I
anything.
love that. Yes.
It's kind of hard to change, but the complete committee is open to suggestions. So if we have things that we think can be done differently, then they go ahead and change it. So I'd put it this way: in the beginning, when we were in the sessions, and we normally do our pop quiz or quiz post each module or during each module, we weren't able to see the answers that we necessarily got wrong. And what we did as a team was to bring it to the committee's attention. And what they did was to ensure that going forward, we were able to see if we got something wrong or what we could have answered differently. So enhancements are made along the way. So if there's anything that, there's a challenge with during the program, that concern can be voiced personally or as a team, and it is considered. It's taken to the hierarchy and changes are made. So I'll put it that way. Anything that you see that will have a major impact on you or the entire class, it can be brought to the committee's attention for any kind of change to be done.
Well, that's the difference between being a boss and being a manager. Hello? And I love the fact that you pointed out that changes are made along the way to facilitate those who are part of the program. And that open door policy where you're able to bring it to their attention and then actions are taken after that. I just think it is commendable. So hats off to you. Hats off to the committee. Tamichin Jamaica is asking, what was the final exam for you? And of course, Tevel and Tashila cannot answer this one. So we have to have Chevelle answer this one. What was the final exam like for you?
It was nerve-wracking. We didn't know like what was going to be on the test. So it's not to say like, okay, these are the topics that will be on the exam: diversity, time management, culture, anything like that. So we basically had to be cramping, and to say, all right, let's see if we can just study like all topics, and we will get a study group. And then as we went through the programs, we asked Mr. Anderson what to study for, and he was like, it would be like real life scenarios, things that you have gone through within the BPO or the call center, how you would manage your agents, certain scenarios like those. So it was a bit challenging because it was like expect the unexpected, but still expect it to be easy, but not knowing what to study for. So it was intense.
Well, you just have
And
to study
the questions were just tricky.
Yes.
The questions were tricky.
I think we'll call for a lot of critical thinking, which is also a part of training. I would say, a lot of critical thinking will also apply in your profession. I want that comment from Facebook that just popped on the screen right now. I'm going to ask, I'm recently, Karen Gordon on Facebook. Good evening to all my peeps over there on Facebook. Karen Gordon is saying, I'm recently enrolled and I'm looking forward to telling my GSS story in the future. These sessions this week have been very inspiring. Can you touch your heart and say inspiring? I'm extremely excited about starting this journey. And I'm sure that the excitement from Tevel and I'm sure that the excitement from Tashila and Chevelle is also rubbing off on everyone who is watching. And my excitement too. Yes, the excitement. Yeah, it's very contagious. So we're excited about the GSS. We're excited about the apprenticeship program. And we're excited that you are here as part of Ask an Apprentice. This is our apprenticeship week. And we are so very excited and happy that you're able to join us this evening. So going over to another question, Lola has asked another question. What topic did you struggle through or had the hardest time getting through? So I will ask this one to Tashila now, based on what she has done so far. What has been the hardest topic for you so far, Tashila?
I wouldn't say hard, but we touched on diversity and Jamaica, being as it is, persons had a lot of questions and concerns, and we're like, and we heard some things. So I wouldn't say challenging, but more of an eye-opening experience. And I learned to appreciate everyone even more. I never had a problem with, anybody's preferences from day one, but I've learned to appreciate them even more and just understand that, that's their choice, and we just have to be professional, work alongside them regardless of what someone chooses. So I wouldn't say it's challenging, but just an more of an eye opener.
All right. Thank you so much. We had asked this question earlier, but just for the benefit of those who may be just joining us, how did you balance GSS, the apprenticeship program classes and personal life? So we spoke a little bit about managing it and work life. Now managing it and your personal life. Let me hear from Chevelle. How did you manage going to school again and your personal life, everything that you have to do, because you have a child, right? And so that has to be
Kids.
taken into consideration. Or children?
Yes.
Yes. All right, you go, girl. How do you manage being a mom, or having been a mom, and just in the program, if it is that you had your children while being in the program?
Well, it was down to time management and
Mm-hmm.
flexibility, and knowing that you have a goal, right? For most persons, I'm sure that we were happy to be a part of the program. It's not something that you had to take out of your pocket to
Yes.
say, okay, I have my tuition fee that's due at the end of the month. The company was investing in you. So it was a lot because you didn't want to let your company down. You wanted to be a success story because you wanted other persons to come and get the same experience that you had experienced. Um,
Oh,
our team members were great. We were all coming from the same industry, well, the same company. We're all here at IBEX, and the only thing is that we were on different accounts. So what we did was to just come up with a time that was feasible for all of us, and then we had study groups, so we would meet over Zoom, and then we would just go ahead and prepare for our exams. So our batch, we were just ready to level up. We were self-motivated. We named ourselves Team Genesis, so we had to set
hey.
that mark. Yes,
Yes.
we had to set that mark. So it was just a blast for us. Like all different types of personalities came together. We didn't have any clashes or anything, and we were just each other buddies. We just look out for each other. So it
I
was
love
good balancing personal life.
teamwork. Teamwork. I love it. I love it. Nicolette Reed is saying, for me, balancing GSS classes and work was challenging at times, but I set my classes on my early shifts. So when I have group presentations, my group members and I would meet on the weekends and practice. And I love the fact, you said it earlier, Tavel, that, teamwork is very important. And even in classes, teamwork is also very important. And so I love that this is coming out in the comments. Somebody said, big up IBEX. What? Woo, woo, woo. All right. So let's move on to another question. What advice would you give? And this is Gail Butterfly. What advice would you give to someone who is contemplating being a part of the program? Let me throw that one to Tashila.
Well, I must say that it's just jump right onto the program. It's gonna transform your life. You're gonna learn so much. You're gonna level up professionally. So don't second guess. Just go right ahead. If you're getting a chance to join the program, go right ahead and do so. It will change your life professionally.
All right. In a nutshell, it will change your life professionally. Don't even think too hard about it. Just do it. Hello? Like Nike, just do it. Just do it. All right. Rian Wright is saying, I recently got the opportunity to be here. And from what I've been hearing so far, I am really excited to learn more. I tell them, somebody, I need to be enrolled. Hello, Tene, or somebody who is listening, I need to be enrolled, because them can't so excited and right? Yes. All right. We'll talk off the air. Thank you very much. All right. Go Team NCA. That's from Sophia. Thank you so much, Sophia, on Facebook, and to everyone watching on YouTube or Facebook. Thank you so very much for being here with us this evening. This is Ask an Apprentice, and we want you to ask your questions because we are ready to answer them. All right, another question coming in here. Did it ever reach to a point where you wanted to choose work or the program? So did it ever get to a point where you're like, Lord have mercy, work or the program? It has to be one or the other. Did it ever reach to that point for you, Tavel?
It didn't. Even when it got challenging, and I'm gonna, go back to the fact that the GSS is so good because you're learning while you're in the program. So the things that you're learning, you can apply to your daily work tasks. So for example, I would normally be able to complete my entire agenda in a day pretty easily, right? But then now you have GSS, you have work, but then you learned about delegation skills. So while you're actually working, minor tasks that doesn't affect compliance or things that persons you're delegating it to, it wouldn't have any kind of breach to it. You can delegate these things. So it makes your life overall easier because what you're learning in the program, you're applying to your daily life, you're applying to your work. So at that point, you don't feel like you want to quit. And then as our host stated, you're earning while you're learning. So it's not a case where you're here and you're depressed and you're earning. So you're motivated to work because you're getting a stipend, you're helping other people learn, you're doing so many different things. So as a result, you don't feel like you're depressed or you want to stop doing it because you get breaks as well. It's just like normal school. So you don't just run for 1 year straight, no break, no time. You get breaks in between. You get time.
You get a little holiday. Yes.
Right. So it's just like normal school. So once you're involved in it, you don't want to stop doing it. Believe me.
Awesome. Somebody on Facebook is saying, I know for a fact that Chevelle is a very hard worker and a very disciplined. Go, Chevelle. All right, let's jump over to Sheila. Did you ever get to that point? Same question as Chevelle.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that I have. Because I have always been a disciplined person. I believe in time management and prioritizing things on my agenda. So even though my workload is heavy because I'm an auditor and that comes with a lot of stuff, but I have to consider the class also. I still learn to balance the two, and it's been working good for me thus far. I've never got to a point where it's become too overwhelming for me.
Awesome.
And also I must big up my team wherever they are right now because they're an amazing team, and I guess they're a part of it why I never feel overwhelmed because we carry each other's load so well in the program, and that's part of the reason why it's so much easier for us.
Oh, that is so nice. I love the work culture that I'm hearing about. Chevelle, what about you? When you were in the program, those just joining, Chevelle is a graduate of the program. Did you ever get to that point when you were studying?
Yes. I have second guessed being the programs one too many times. Reason being, it was like every week there was something to present. Deadlines. You have to do your coaching while at work. Coach 20 persons. Have a sit down with all 20 persons. Go through calls. Explain what they did wrong. Explain their good points. While meeting other deliverables as well. But then, as I said, our team was amazing. We were each other's, we had each other's back. So we would encourage persons and we say, where else are you going to get a better opportunity than this? You are going to school, you'll get a certificate at the end of it. You are being paid to learn. So where is this opportunity going to come? And then there's this saying that says, if you want good, then your nose have to run, right? So
Definitely.
there were other factors that overcame the doubt in our minds where we said, "Sure, we just can't bother anymore." And then
Yeah.
again, we had this awesome facilitator who was there, Auntie Lily. She is our motivator, and whenever you're down, she just knows how to bring you back up. So there was no going out of it for us. It was, girl, you have to finish this.
Ah, yes, yes, motivate yourself. And Karen Gordon is saying, I really appreciate the level of sophistication that the GSS is adding to the BPO industry. In 5 years' time, the narrative should be completely different. These are not simply call centers, these are long lasting career opportunities for Jamaican youths. And that is why we are even here to just dispel those rumors and those myths and just help Jamaica to understand what the GSS has to offer. And that is why we are all here as part of the GSS project to just sensitize Jamaicans to the fact that there are so many opportunities in the GSS industry and there are so many youths who can take advantage of these opportunities. And we're getting ready to wrap up. We have just about 3 minutes to go. And I want to just get some closing comments from our panelists. So again, for those who may be just tuning in very, very late, not to worry. This is all a part of our GSS Apprenticeship Week. So we have a week long of activities, and today is all about our session Ask an Apprentice. And we have Chevelle Gray, Sheila Campbell, and Tavel Harris. Now, in just about 30 seconds for each of you, each of my panelists, I want you to just leave a word of encouragement to those who are in the program now. So you are already in the program, and I know that you can share in the difficulties, share in whatever challenges that they may be going through. I want you to share just a little bit of word of encouragement to those who are in the program to just stay steadfast, keep their head up, and keep going as they learn while they earn.
Well, for me,
And to Sheila, then I'll have Chevelle, and then our only male will close out the comments.
I'm sorry, I got a bit too excited there, but
That's
I just want to tell you guys, don't give up. This will pay off. This is a lifelong learning, and it will stick with you forever. This will transform your life. So don't give up. Just stick it out. It's just for a year before you know it will be over, and it will pay off. So just don't give up.
all right. Over to you, Chevelle.
My leaving words would be to never sell yourself short. You are your biggest motivator, and always be ready to step out of your comfort zone.
Awesome.
All right, I'll close by saying don't limit yourselves. Give yourselves an opportunity. Be open-minded about this program that you'll be a part of. It's not just limited to a call center, but the entire BPO industry, which you'll learn so much more about once you're a part of the program. So, give yourself a fair shot. Get this opportunity, get certified, and everything you learn you will eventually use at some point in time. And nothing beats education at the end of the day. So it's something always great to acquire.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you so very much, Chevelle, and to Sheila and to Tavel for sharing your experiences with us. And from the comments, you can see that persons are encouraged and excited, and they're so happy to be a part of the program. And those who are not yet a part of the program, they're like, hello, me, sir, me, ma'am, I want to be a part of the program. So this is how we wrap up this session. It's Ask an Apprentice. And of course, we still have some more activities to go for the rest of our GSS Apprenticeship Week. Just to give you a brief outline before you go. So tomorrow we're going to be having our GSS Talk or Learn and Lime from 2 p.m. to 3:15. And on Friday, we're going to be having our Fun Day and Zoom party over here. Woot, woot. Yeah, man, you deserve it. So thank you so very much to all our viewers, to all our guests or panelists. to all of you for being here this it's not afternoon anymore, it's night. This evening, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week.
You guys are not.
Have a wonderful rest of the week, and we look forward to the next session. This has been Ask an Apprentice. My name is Basillia Barnaby-Cuff, your GSS Ambassador, and it was my pleasure guiding you through this evening's session. So have a wonderful rest of the evening, and remember, the GSS is much bigger than what you think. Do your research, get involved, and get started. Bye for now.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.